settled this one under brands that I would possibly think about shopping at, which in a rating for me is pretty good. So 90% is a sustainable fashion brand that's based in London. Started in 2018 by Shafiq Hassan and Para Hamilton. Essentially, it takes quite a radical approach here, especially when you compare it to other fashion brands. That's because they take 90% of their shared profits and donate them to charities, as well as those that are making their clothes. Here you can see how the co-founder explains it a bit more. Obviously, since they are a fashion brand, I wanted to see what they were making their clothes out of, and you'll see that a lot of what they are using are man-made cellulosic fibers said to be from renewable wood sources. Their organic cotton is also certified by GOTS, and they also use some proprietary fibers. They may not be as well known to the common consumer. However, what I really appreciate is that they do explain a little bit more about these fibers, and they actually tell you where this fiber was made. And Filsense is actually a proprietary fiber, which is only made by Yilmaz İpek in Turkey. If you go to Yilmaz İpek's website, you can also see all of their certifications. There's a lot of things that you can reference to and actually learn about, and I definitely think that this would be a supplier to write down. There's just a few UI quirks on the website. I noticed one inconsistency in fiber labeling, where they marked it as tencel, but is actually made from organic cotton. In order to look at the material contents, you would think you would have to go to the material section, but you actually have to go to the size guide. And that's where you'll actually find the contents of the item. And I would also make sure to check the contents because you will see that some of them will be blended with elastane. It is probably for the stretch of the top, but elastane really messes with textile recycling. They do list that on their materials page, and it says that they're seeking to transition to recycled sources or biodegradable yarns whenever possible. I'd like to see like a date, some numbers, or things that they are actually looking into at the moment so we know that they're going for it. And one thing that really surprised me was the prices. I was expecting it to be a lot more expensive, and that probably has to do with the fact that their factory in Bangladesh is owned by the co-owner of 90%. So it's essentially their factory. Brands like H&M and Echotex are also using this manufacturer. From what I've seen, this factory is doing a lot to protect the environment. This factory was the first in Bangladesh to establish a modern effluent treatment plant. They have full water circularity, which means that 100% of their wastewater is going to be recycled. That also means that there will be a full recovery of the chemicals that are used in the process. And 100% of the employees there, they have health insurance, and the insurance has also been extended to the parents and 2 children of each worker. I believe that they also provide childcare and hot meals every day. It says that the average take-home pay is going to be about 53% higher than the national minimum wage. However, the Bangladesh Institute of Labor Studies says that the monthly minimum for a living wage should be around 33,000 taka, while the Asia Floor Wage Alliance says that it should be around 51,000 taka. And I'd also like to know how the money that they give their workers from the profit are playing into this. But I think overall I would have to agree with Good On You's assessment of good. They're using a lot of really cool materials, but I would really like to see more on their website about their workers.